Ms. Joan Pereira.
Mr. Speaker, sir, with the prevalent use of the internet and social media, massive amounts of information are being shared online, particularly among the young. On one hand, the free flow of information is a form of knowledge democracy. On the other hand, due to the low or non-existent barrier to online participation, falsehoods and misinformation are pervasive. The online space has remained unregulated for a long time. Cases of how the internet has been manipulated to gain profit, cause racial and religious disputes, incite harm, and cast doubts on public institutions abound. The consequences for us as a nation would be dire if we leave such a situation unchecked. We will have difficulty telling the truth from online falsehoods, affecting our ability to make informed choices and decisions. We have already seen how online abuse and misinformation had led to injuries and deaths in other countries, spurring them to take action. Global sentiment is shifting as governments around the world now realize that regulation of the internet space is needed. Germany had enacted the Network Enforcement Act, which took effect this year. France passed the law against the manipulation of information last November. The United Kingdom is now holding an open public consultation on the Online Harms White Paper that sets out the government's plans for measures to keep users safe online. We too need urgent and comprehensive measures to address the menace of online falsehoods and manipulation. Even tech companies now acknowledge that there is room for greater government intervention as they cannot be dealing with these problems themselves. I'm very concerned about the impact of online falsehoods and fake analysis on our young. We must teach them how to discern truth from lies, how to analyze information they read online, and how to think critically. Values are ingrained in people from a very young age. Hence, from young, we must teach them fundamental values which transcend religious and racial differences, such as mutual respect and tolerance, integrity, justice and fairness, kindness and empathy. If they are taught well, they will be inoculated against anything which violates basic human rights and values. For parents, they will have to develop media literacy themselves and be able to discern facts from online falsehoods so that they can have meaningful conversations with their children. These conversations have to be consistent and ongoing. Dialogues must remain open between children and parents so that our younger generation can be groomed into a people who can think critically and independently. Our education system must be constantly updated in methods to teach the younger generation media literacy in a fast-evolving sector and equip them with the necessary skills. I'm pleased to note that research-based assignments are very common in schools now. Teachers can engage students through these projects to examine various sources of information. Students learn how to determine which sources are credible and which are not. They are exposed to questions and frameworks where they can apply themselves and determine in each case if information is true or false. In this sense, our education system is forward-looking in preparing our young for the future. There is also a need to enhance digital literacy for the elderly, as they may be a vulnerable group that is susceptible to fake news. Unlike the young, they may be less familiar with technology and the dangers that are lurking in the online space. I understand that the government has introduced some programs and initiatives such as the Silver Infocom. IMDA has developed a set of customized curriculum to increase Infocom literacy among seniors aged 50 and above. Silver Infocom Junctions are senior-friendly learning hubs that offer affordable Infocom training and customized courses. These are encouraging steps forward to enhance digital literacy among senior citizens. The bill provides measures to mitigate the impact and harm caused by online falsehoods. It would be better if the abuse of these platforms can be prevented in the first place. I therefore welcome the upstream regulation of technology companies through the inclusion of codes of practice, which will go a long way to ensure a clean online space. I sincerely hope that tech companies will cooperate and work closely with our government so that Singaporeans will feel safe and have greater confidence when using their services. I would like to ask the Minister, what is the process for developing the obligations in the codes of practice? Will stakeholders be consulted on how the obligations should be framed? Sir, in Mandarin. 该法案提供了减低网络假信息所造成的影响和伤害的措施。如果我们可以预先防治这些平台的滥用，那就更好了。因此，我欢迎科技公司的上游监管，包括实践守则，这将大大有助于确保清洁的网上空间。我真诚地希望科技公司能配合，并与我们的政府密切合作，以便新加坡人在使用他们的服务时会感到安全和更有信心。我想请问部长，在制定业务守则义务的过程是什么？有关当局是否会与利益相关者进行咨询讨论，应该如何构建守则义务？ In conclusion, sir, we need continuous efforts to keep our internet space safe for all Singaporeans, and I'm confident that the government will continue to do more to educate our young and the elderly on the dangers of fake news and what they can do to protect themselves and their loved ones. I support the bill. Thank you.